So I actually took like a month off of, well, everything. I wasn't on social media. I spent time with the family, and it was well needed is the best way I can put that. It was amazing just not posting, not worrying about posting, just enjoying my family, you know, working on some stuff with the house here and there. But it is that time again to get back to work. I've been very busy over the past couple of weeks. I haven't filmed for you guys because I've been just focusing on getting things done, because there is a lot that goes into filming as well as editing and then getting posted and making sure I'm actually answering your guys' comments. So don't mind the fluffy cat here. It's actually called a dead cat. It is very windy today, and I want to make sure you guys can hear me. So obviously you see this giant machine here behind me. I do want to say a huge thank you to National Equipment Dealers, I believe Ned it's called. They actually donated this machine to us for about a week, so I was able to get a lot of stuff done. Now, talking about the tortoise enclosure here, a lot's changed since those last couple of clips. For one, I built a building for the tortoises. We'll go back there in a minute. But right now what I'm using this machine for is actually digging a trench, which is going to be where the perimeter wall for the enclosure is going to be. Now, a lot of problems people have with these tortoises, they, you know, dig out and escape or break through their essential walls, and I don't want that. So I'm making it so that they can't do that. I'm actually going to be burying cinder block down in the ground about 18 inches, so about 3 bricks tall, and then filling that up with concrete, as well as going above another 24 inches with cinder block as well. So this is going to be the house, the building, solid concrete. I still need to obviously build the roof and the doors as well, but this is going to be for large and smaller tortoises. So this thing is 12 feet, yeah, 12 feet long by 8 foot deep. There's a little dividing wall again, all filled up with concrete here. The roof is going to also be insulated, and this is for the simple fact that, well, moving big tortoises during hurricanes and cold snaps is very difficult. I don't want to do that. I've worked at so many different places that I've learned, you know, the best thing to do is have a tortoise house. So this is going to be that tortoise house. So during hurricanes, they will be safe in here. During cold snaps, they will be warm in here. I don't need to worry about anything. And I made it very easy to hose out as well. There's gaps along the walls and things like that to be able to hose it out. The doors are even going to be insulated on this. On the back side, I'm going to have a hose mounted so that we don't need to worry about running hoses all the way over here. I've already started laying pipe to have water in areas we need. Now, this is just for the big tortoises. This is a big area. We'll go over it here in a minute. The smaller area here, which you can see the green lines going 18 feet that way, and again, 8 foot deep, is actually for the smaller tortoises, redfoots, baby sulcatas, things like that. So they're going to have this long, nice stretch, this run, if you will, which, you know, I'm not doing concrete with that because you don't need to. They're not going to break out. They're not going to dig out. So we're going to make theirs look cool with like some wood or something. Still a work in progress for their side. But while I have the machine here, I'm doing the ditches. So I still haven't done this front half here because I'm actually waiting for my good buddy Eric to come on over, and he's going to be bringing some road base. Road base is this stuff here. It's also this stuff, if you guys remember, that we used to fill up the bottom of the fox cage. It's like almost like a powdered concrete, if you will. But we're going to be doing a nice thick layer of that down because the people that lived here just threw garbage in here, and I've pulled out so much garbage, but right there is a broken bottle. So things like that. So going to be working on this, you know, over the next, again, couple of months, but hopefully we'll have it done here in the next 2 to 3 months. But going to do road base, then do sand. There's going to be certain areas, you can see those rocks stacked up right there. There's going to be another rock on the backside. So in between those trees, obviously the tortoises aren't going to fit, but we're going to raise it up with rock a little bit, and then that's going to be a planter for some cool plants. I actually have a misting system that's going to go all through the canopy up here, so that when I turn it on, water is going to drip down the trees and water all the exotic plants that we'll have in here. So it'll look really cool. But as you can see, they're going to have this whole big area over here as well as the big front area over here. Coming on over here, again, this is all going to be theirs too, going to the side of the house there. The house is unfinished still. Still need to figure out what I'm going to do on the side of that. Maybe put universal rock. Let me know what you guys think of that down below. Also going to do the wall. Got to figure out what I'm going to cover the wall with. Summer wants me to get into concrete sculpting, but I don't know. That seems very time consuming. I think I like universal rock below, or universal rock easier, because it's, well, a hell of a lot easier to do that stuff. So, but yeah, again, let me know below what you guys think we should cover the wall and the building with. I could probably do the entire enclosure with universal rock for roughly around $5 grand. So it would be a bit expensive, but it would look awesome. So we also have, and speaking of universal rock, we have our order, should hopefully be here by the end of the week. Keywords there, hopefully, to finish the raccoon cage and also to finish up the tree viper room. We will go in there a little bit later today. I'm trying to get some stuff done. But yeah, so waiting on my buddy Eric to come drop that off, because, well, Chipmunk over there is already starting to dig out. But once I get done with the tortoise enclosure and I can move Chipmunk, the Patagonian cavies, which are these guys right here, their enclosure is actually going to be going right here. They're going to have a nice long solid enclosure. Also was able to get this leveled out yesterday, which is amazing, because if you guys don't remember, this is where all those trees were. It was very hilly, very bumpy. So my buddy John came over and he leveled it out with the machine yesterday for me, because he's a little bit better at it than I am. But got it all nice and leveled. I'm gonna get like a truckload or two of fill, rent a Bobcat, because it's easier to level with a Bobcat than it is with this big machine. But then go ahead and re-level it out, and this is where the crocodilian enclosures are going to go right here. So pretty exciting stuff. You know, it's one step at a time. I still have the tubs for the crocodilians and the turtles that I need to make their temporary enclosures with, not these things. These things have served their purpose. They've done great. They will be now quarantine tubs and things like that. But the other tubs is what we need to move forward with until I, you know, in a couple of years when we get the money that we need to build the enclosures I want for them in an actual building, which again will go over here. You know, that's, again, futuristic plans that we got stuff working on. So also possibly this year, you know, new year, possibly going to get our snake building this year. So been talking with some private investors and things like that to possibly get, so that shed would be coming down and we would be getting a giant steel building, which I would then build out, add electrical. Then we could also put a well over here for the animals. And get power over here for the animals as well. So everything animal related on this side of the property would be 100% run off the nonprofit. And that is the dream. That is the goal. So right now, you know, a lot of the water and power, or all of the water and power, are run from our home. So it's very difficult, you know, what the nonprofit's using and so on and so forth. So, but again, I'll catch up with you guys here in a little bit. I got some more work to do here with the machine before the rain gets here, because I think it's supposed to rain today. But we'll hop over inside. I'll show you guys what's been going on inside, because again, been really busy, really busy. So I'll catch up with you guys here, well, in 3, 2, 1. So coming in here into the snake building several hours later, and to shower, because man, today was a dirty day. Everything's a bit chaotic in here. As you can see, I got things kind of everywhere. Because I haven't been filming in here, I've been kind of working and focusing on different things. I also got a lot more plants in. And when I say a lot more plants, I do mean a lot more. This is not even a quarter of what I just got in. But Our baobab trees are doing great. If you do not know what a baobab tree is, I suggest you look it up because it is probably the biggest tree in Africa. I'm so excited to have these. I'm not keeping all of them. We're only keeping one. But yeah, so super dope. Absolutely in love with them. But as you can see, everybody's doing really good in here. Coming on over here into the tree viper room, my dream room. It is slowly but surely coming into a realism that this room is going to be done soon. So as you can see, Crush's tank's looking a little bare. Looking a little bare. I actually took out almost more than half the sand last water change, getting ready for the universal rock to get here. Because he is getting the back wall done and both the side walls as well. So when that also happens, I am taking all the sand out and replacing it with some aqua soil and then some gravel on top of that. There's a hair in my mouth. That was super weird. But anyway, I actually ended up selling both this tank and this tank at a reptile show up here this past weekend. Pretty cool, and some others that I built. But I am getting ones with bigger bases. But coming on over here, the frog enclosure. So I actually filmed that and had it up on YouTube before the new year. I just scheduled it to post after the new year. So I really haven't done anything this year yet when it comes to filming. This is the first video or episode of this year. But I actually ended up taking the frogs out of this and putting them in here. Now, mind you, I know, yes, I will have snakes in here. I don't have a snake in here right now. There's nothing in here. I actually took out this beautiful girl and put her in here because it is more suitable for her. I don't necessarily, because I don't have a male, she doesn't need that giant enclosure. So I took her out of there, put her in this tank. She's doing great. Also, built this bad boy. So I actually built this in a Zoo Med tank, my first time ever building it in a Zoo Med. I think it turned out pretty good. I have all of the eyelash vipers in here right now. Obviously you can see lots of moss, things like that. I'll go more into depth with this tank another day. I'm just kind of catching you guys back up on what's been happening here. Still on the search for African, not Australian, leaf-tailed geckos for this enclosure. So anybody out there knows anybody or is breeding African or more geographically correct Madagascar, I want mossy leaf-tailed geckos or giant leaf-tailed geckos, something along those lines for that enclosure. That is ideally what would make me so happy. But anyway, so yeah, so things are happening. I have a lot to do. I got a lot done today, and tomorrow is going to be another huge day, and I might actually be filming an episode for you guys again tomorrow as well. It's still super windy out. I did say I got a lot of plants, and by I mean a lot of plants. There's about 30 plants in each container here, except for maybe this one and the other end one over there, but already working on the next tank, which this one I'm actually redoing. This is one I had done many years ago, but it's time to redo it. I don't even know if I did it on the channel. It might have been pre-channel. Maybe not, I don't know. No, that wasn't pre-channel because I started doing vivariums on YouTube. But last but not least, I do want to introduce you guys to a new family member, if you will. Sorry if the wind is a little bit rough. She will not be on display at the zoo, but this is Susie. You wanna say hi, Susie? Are you cold? Do you wanna go inside? So Susie was given to us by somebody. Come on, step up. By by somebody that just basically it was an owner surrender. Susie is 45 years old. Susie is a hybrid macaw. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what type of hybrid. Yeah, you little chicken nugget. She is beautiful, but as you can see, she did pluck her feathers quite a bit. Let me see if I can turn her so the camera will focus there. There you go. She has not plucked her feathers since she's been here. We've been giving her some amazing care. She does have a vet visit in a couple of days, and we're going to get her beak trimmed. I know it's very long. We're also going to get her nails trimmed. She cannot fly. I built this amazing perch for her on our back patio. Can't really see it, but this is where we spend most of our time as a family. So I put her out here during the day, and then she goes into a cage at night so she can spend the day with us. You flying? You thinking you're flying? So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the cool little update. Enjoying seeing our new family member, Susie. Right? Right? But we're going to get it checked out. Again, 45-year-old bird. What are you shaking for? Are you excited? It's not cold, so you must be excited. Such an awesome bird. Absolutely love her. And she talks. So she won't talk to me, but man, does she talk to the girls. She can have a full-blown conversation with Coral. It is great. Isn't that right? Pretty bird. Such a pretty bird. But we'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, subscribe if you are not already. Smash that like button if you haven't already. And we will see you guys in the next video. Like, right, Susie? Right? Right, pretty bird? See you guys later.